97.3. Gabby Affair here. The show is always interactive. 0539986996. 0539986996. 13 more days to go to the start of the 2026-2027 English Premier League season. But somewhere next week, some of the leagues will make a return. And you know that this is the show which brings you everything European football talk, all the updates right from match day 1 to match day 31, match day 32, 33 or 34. I mean, depending on the league that has huge interest for you. This is the show that brings you all the updates. We call it the Republic of Football. Saturday, Sunday. Next week, you have a double dose of the show, but somewhere next week, the Community Shield is back. Then the following week, you have the EPL. So the show will make a return Saturday, Sunday, starting from next week. Well, I'm Gabby Affair. The show is always interactive. Always send us your thoughts. 0539 986 996. 0539 986 996. Today, I've got something really interesting for you. So you want to stick and stay with us from now to somewhere around 4 p.m. And just like we always do on the show, at the tail end of the show, we'll activate the phone lines and then you can share your thoughts with us. Just in case you have zero idea or you've not had time to dig, to research about the new managers in the English Premier League, today we'll be looking at that. We have 9 Premier League managers. 5 will be making their debut, and the 4 have just swapped places or swapped teams, you want to say. Yeah, Chelsea have got Xabi Alonso. He'll be making his Premier League debut. Liverpool, they have Andoni Iraola moving from Bournemouth to Liverpool. Manchester City would also present Enzo Maresca on the touchline, moving from Chelsea to Manchester City. Manchester United, staying with Michael Carrick. He's not really a newbie, you know. Arsenal, Mikel Arteta is also there for you. So some new faces. Marco Rose, one of the managers that we'll be talking about today. On the part of Crystal Palace, their Pierre Sarge, their head coach. Fulham have got Alvaro Arbeloa, and so on and so on. Let me hear from you on the WhatsApp line 0539 986 996. 0539 986 996. We are live on YouTube, Citi Sports GHA, also live on Channel 1 TV. I'm Gabby Affair. Stedinam Edmond is here, rocking his Fulham jersey. Yahweh Jeminta, Manola Angelo Koache, my guest for today. You can also join us later at the tail end, then we'll activate the phone lines and then you can call and share your thoughts with us. Alright, big shouts to Edwin Kwakofi, man behind all the YouTube job, all the artworks, all the information that you'd be saying. Big shouts to Edwin Kwakofi. Let's start on the show. Well, we'll be looking at, just like I said, the managers in the PL, and then we'll talk some transfers, and then I'll run you through the result from the preseason games. Chelsea just finished their game. They beat us, AC Milan, by 3-0. Oh, Charlie. Tactical Xabi Alonso. Hey. Oh, Xabi. See, Xabi Alonso, he win the league. Hey. I said your microphone is off, so I don't know the masa you are saying. I'm doing my intro. Having announced your presence. You are there doing. But you know, the study is also a big Chelsea fan, you know. He's a Chelsea insider.
No.
What's the please?
I think the good afternoon to everybody.
Yeah, good afternoon. The people are taking your greetings.
Yeah, the title is Premier League Insider,
and I'm giving you the Chelsea Insider.
It is Premier League Insider.
So you're not a Chelsea fan?
No, I don't have. No, you see, I'm not a Chelsea
It's
fan.
not bad to admit it that you're a Chelsea fan.
Why
that
should
you love
why,
the club?
No, why are you trying to
deceiving the public?
How do I deceive?
Today you're wearing Fulham, tomorrow you're wearing Crystal Palace. The following day you go to Brazil.
No, easy. I can throw a challenge to everyone out there.
What's the challenge about?
No one has ever seen me put on any Chelsea apparel.
That is what I'm saying. That's the same one I'm preaching.
That is what you are preaching. But you see, today there is a meaning I'm wearing this. It's the London Los Blancos. You see, the London Galacticos, the London version of Real Madrid, which is Fulham.
We hear you.
You see, Fulham have literally had a very nice entanglement with Real Madrid all summer. From the start of managers, because look at how they went pushing the managers around. They had a very nice musical chairs with a couple of their managers. So you had this gentleman, that is Mourinho, move from Benfica to Real Madrid, and then they also, that is Fulham, they sent Marco Silva to Benfica and then opened arms wide for Abelua
to come.
You see, beautiful musical chairs. And then they are now importing a lot of former backroom staff, academy players, all from Real Madrid. So, and they also wear white. You see,
we hear you.
You see, the similarities are there.
That's why I wear a Fulham jersey.
I'm just liking what they are doing. But it will end them all.
Well, so that's setting out Edmond. He's announced his presence already. Let's begin the show, right? Let me just run you through some of the preseason games that have happened already, and some that is to come a bit later. And then I'll run you through the Premier League managers. I'll first do all 20 for you, and then we'll pick the 9 managers who would be in action for this season 2026-2027. I think for the first time in the PL, you have 9, a record number, right?
Yeah,
so
9
managers, 5 making their debut and all of that. We'll get into that. But for the preseason games, for those who are interested, let me see. I just want to pick some of the games as we speak. You have Brighton taking on AS Roma, 10 minutes into the action. Bayer Leverkusen are taking on Sevilla. In that game, Sevilla have taken a lead against Bayer Leverkusen. I'll just pick and select some of the important games. Ipswich, of Ghanaian interest, Abdul Fattah Isako these days. He plays there, so we'll highlight that. Rayo Vallecano, they are taking on Rayo Vallecano. Lyon are also taking on Sunderland. Spurs are taking on Getafe. Then let me see. Chelsea beats AC Milan by 3-0. Later at 3 p.m., PSG will take on Manchester United. Same time, there is Rennes up against Brentford. Schalke, Atalanta. Stuttgart, Everton. A lot of games actually today, you know. The leagues makes a return next 2 weeks. So a lot of the clubs are playing very high profile friendly games. Yeah, so those are some of the games that are taking place today. Okay, so as and when we have the conversation and then we do have the goal updates, I would update you on that. Inter Milan, they beat Juventus by 2-1. 2-1 in that game. Freiburg and Strasbourg, I think that game has been postponed, looks like. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me run you through the Premier League managers, the 9 managers I mentioned that we'll be talking about today, and then we'll look at what's to come or what we should expect from them. Let me start off from Bournemouth. They have Marco Rose. He's a German coach. As a player, he was a defender, mostly at Mainz and the Jürgen Klopp. When you look at his coaching path, he's done Lokomotiv Leipzig, RB Salzburg youth team, first team 2017 to 2019. Then he did Borussia Mönchengladbach, moved on to Borussia Dortmund, and did RB Leipzig. Yeah, so that's Marco Rose. He would be making his PL debut with Bournemouth. When you head to Chelsea do have Xabi Alonso. He's a Spanish played as a midfielder. He started at Real Sociedad, Liverpool, won the Champions League, the FA Cup. He went to Madrid, won the Champions League, La Liga, went to Bayern Munich, won Bundesliga titles. He's a World Cup winner in 2010 and 2 European Championships with Spain. For his coaching path, he did Madrid Youth, did Real Sociedad B. He promoted them to the top flight, did Bayer Leverkusen 2022 to 2025, and then a brief Real Madrid stint, that's in 2025, and now he's at Chelsea for the PL this season. A part of Crystal Palace, there is Pierre Sarge. He's French, right? He's French. So from he rose through the academy, lower league roles. You can talk about interim, then permanent Lyon manager. What he did with Lyon was a Europa League qualification, and then he coached at RC Lens from 2025 to 2026. This runners-up in that season, and also runners-up in the Coupe de France. Fulham said his team, they have Alvaro Arbeloa. He's Spanish manager. Came through Madrid's academy, played for Deportivo, played in that Liverpool Champions League final, won titles with Madrid, La Liga, Copa del Rey, 2 Champions Leagues, and then briefly West Ham. He has a World Cup, 2 Euros with Spain. Yeah, so you're talking about Alvaro Arbeloa. When you get to Ipswich, they have Gary O'Neill, Abdul Fattah Isaac, who's manager. Yeah, he has tasted a Premier League before, so he's not making his debut. Andoni Raiola for Liverpool also has tasted the Premier League. He was with Bournemouth. He would be coaching Liverpool. Enzo Maresca with Chelsea. Did a few things at Chelsea, so you can look at the Conference League, the FIFA Club World Cup, and then moved to City in June 2026. He played for Juventus, Sevilla, and the 2 clubs he played for. Was Pep's assistant in 2023. He was part of that successful season in that year. Oliver Glasner, on the part of Nottingham Forest, he would be coaching that team. Former Crystal Palace manager. And then Matthias Jaselo of Newcastle United, centre back who came through Stuttgart under Thomas Tuchel. So he played under Thomas Tuchel. He played for Hoffenheim. For his coaching path, he went through the Red Bull system, Leiferen, Salzburg from 2021 to 2023, then Al Ali in the Saudi Pro League from 2023 to 2026. So these are the 9 managers to expect, 5 making their debut. The rest of the 4 have already tasted the Premier League before. We'll be discussing them, and then we'll look at who would have a successful season and who struggled and what's to come. Look at the signings that they've done so far. Yeah. So the guys are seated. Yai Jeminta is here. Manuel Angelo Kwache also here with me. Sedinam Edmond is also here. Guys, good afternoon again. Said you've heard your voice already. Manuel, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing very well.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys again.
Same here.
Let's start off the conversation. Where should we start from? Should we start from Chelsea because they played a preseason game not too long? They beat AC Milan. Or we should start from the bottom. Okay, let's start from Marco Rose.
I mean, should we start from? It's preseason.
It's preseason. No, I mean, I'm not looking at the games. I'm just looking at what we should expect from the new managers. Let me start off with you, Marco Rose. You followed him a lot. A few things in Germany. He stepping into the shoes of Andoni Raiola at Bournemouth. I look at his philosophy. People say that he plays similarly to Andoni a bit in terms of the aggressive person, fast-paced football, and all of that. Good signing from the Bournemouth hierarchy to have found somebody who plays similarly to their predecessor in Andoni.
Yeah, I think so. I was thinking that they'll go and get, or they would have gone to get Michel, formerly Girona, the head coach, because he and Andoni Raiola, very striking similarities. and you look at their background, it's pretty much the same. You look at Andoni Iraola, what he was doing with Rayo Vallecano, then got a chance to come to Bournemouth, and then he improved on that particular run that he had in Spain. And look at Michel, what he did with Girona a couple of years back, and he lost quite a number of players, and then you had a situation where there was a bit of chaos in the team, and then it affected the overall performance of the team, where it ended up with them battling relegation and all. Yeah. But despite that, quality is quality, and we've seen it happen with Burnley, in the person of Vincent Kompany, where his team got relegated, but it was clear that this guy, he deserves better than a team that got relegated. He deserves better materials, better resources, and once he got those resources, translated into something significant in a positive way, and we've seen that with Bayern Munich so far. I honestly believe that Michel should have been the guy who should have replaced Andoni Iraola, but I don't think they acted quickly enough, and now he's at Ajax, and so if you ask me, I thought Michel would have been the perfect replacement. Marco Rose, solid coach, but you ask yourself, once he gets into a certain position, what is the outcome? Because I believe he did. I believe he coached Dortmund too.
Yeah, he did Dortmund.
Yeah, I remember his time at Dortmund. It didn't go so well.
After leaving Mönchengladbach, then he went to Dortmund.
Yeah, it didn't go so well. RB Leipzig, not the best too. And so when you come into a high pressured environment like the English Premier League, you are stepping into the shoes of more or less a club legend in at AFC Bournemouth in Andoni Iraola. The expectations are high, and so far he hasn't shown that he's one who has done a good job of dealing with expectations, and so I have a little bit of a concern there. And honestly, if he ends up getting sacked along the season, along the campaign, I wouldn't be surprised, because like I've said, he hasn't done too well when he stepped into a position where the expectations are quite high, and he's following in the stead of or following behind someone who has done a great job, and he has come and been tasked with the responsibility of taking it a notch higher, or at least maintaining it, and he hasn't shown that he's been able to do that so far. So I have a bit of concern regarding this hire, and like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up getting sacked along the season.
Interesting. Kwache, so I mean, in just quick thoughts on Marco Rose. Andoni Iraola has set the standard, qualifying Bournemouth to Europe and all of that. Anything short of what Andoni has done, would you say it's a failure, looking at it being his first season for Bournemouth in the PL?
Failure is probably a strong word, because I think like Raiola had probably set the bar quite high for the team. But if I look at Marco Rose, I probably think they're looking at maybe his success in the DFL Cup with the Pokal with Leipzig, and maybe I think that's probably the next step for Bournemouth. That's the same worry I have about Raiola going to Liverpool, is because I don't think he's had enough experience winning silverware. And Marco Rose is not necessarily, he doesn't have the biggest CV in terms of winning honours. But I think for Bournemouth to progress to the next level, I think what they need this season is to probably try and go after one of the cups, maybe the EFL Cup, maybe the FA Cup, see how well they can do in Europe, and then that's probably a successful season for them. In terms of the league, I think that'll be difficult to replicate, given it is his first season. You probably have to now get adapted to the league, and there are a lot of teams that underperformed last season, like Spurs, and probably maybe in Chelsea, that you probably expect to be much stronger this season, and that would probably make the race for Europe quite hard for them. So I think you can just try and maybe have success in the cup, and then try and see if you can get Bournemouth to be consistent in the league, for the fact that they are a Premier League team. we've seen that with Leicester now, that it's not a guarantee that if you're in the Premier League this season, the next season, you are going to constantly be in the Premier League if you don't make the right decisions. And they'll hope that this is the right decision for them. If you look at other options, there are probably other options they could have got that could have probably been more emphatic in terms of trying to make sure that he push on the opposition in the league. But I think he's solid enough to at least help them try and reach their ambitions for the season.
Okay. Well, let me hear from you. 053996 39986 Let me know about your thoughts on the new managers in the English Premier League. We're discussing Marco Rose. Huge expectations. Of course, he has to build on Iraola's progress and also what Iraola had done in getting them to Europe. Let me know what you think about if Marco Rose would have some good success at Bournemouth. Said because of time, so we'll be moving on just like that. I want us to talk about the next one in Chelsea's Xabi Alonso. You're surprised, eh?
Oh no, I'm not.
I mean, he's a Chelsea insider, right?
Yeah, he's a Chelsea insider.
Why are you guys
doing that? He knows a lot of things. Just like I've said, huge success at wherever he's been as a player, as a manager.
Yeah.
That Madrid spell, I don't know what to describe it though, but
it came too early for
it came too early. And per what I read, the inside sources that he had changed what he had stuck with, what he believed in, what worked for him at Leverkusen. When he came to Madrid, he wanted to do extra things, and that backfired.
Yeah, because he tried to adapt. It's the same thing that happened with Ruben Amorim. He tried to adapt to, more or less please the folks in the building.
Yeah.
And
you mean the players he was dealing with?
The players, the managers. You saw, or you heard what some of the higher ups said about Amorim after they let him go, that he was unnecessarily stubborn and that they wanted him to change his ways. I think it was Berrada that they wanted, or was it Wilcox or I think it was Wilcox. They wanted certain things to change, and he was very stubborn. He wasn't ready to change. And until it got really desperate before he started making a few tweaks to his system. And at that point in time, people were just tired of him. I believe he also was tired of them because they were constantly complaining, all of those things. And so he lost his way along the line. Yeah. It's the same thing that I believe happened to Xabi Alonso, because the way you do things at Bayer Leverkusen, that is not the way you do things at Real Madrid. At Real Madrid, the players have a big say. To the extent that even Jose Mourinho, as big as he is, he just can't go in there, I'm the new sheriff in town, you do this my way, or is either my way or the highway. Even him, he compromises. His first stint, he compromised at some point. His second stint is early days yet. Okay. But trust me, he will compromise at certain points, because you are dealing with Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. You can't do it your way, my way, or the highway. No way. At some point, you have to compromise.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Xabi Alonso did. I honestly believe that why he didn't succeed was simply down to the lack of backing from Florentino Perez. It was lack of backing, because if he had stuck with Xabi Alonso and made it clear that yes, we are backing the manager, and Vinicius Jr., we aren't backing you. You can do whatever you want. You can complain. At the end of the day, we'll pick the manager over you, because we'll sell you. But they didn't do that. They didn't back him publicly. They didn't back him privately. And once the players got caught wind of that, they smelled blood.
Okay.
And it emboldened them. And that's why things just got out of hand. And it led to his sacking. So for me, that Real Madrid thing, I wouldn't put it down on him. I wouldn't put it on he not being a good coach. Yeah, you think? But it was the politics. Okay. Once you are dealing with these big clubs, it's not just X and O's, the playbook and tactics exclusively. No, you have to also be dealing with the politics. And on that side, Yeah, it didn't work out, and unfortunately led to his sacking.
Okay.
If I can come in very quickly,
Yeah,
the Jabi Alonso sacking was very political. And maybe I don't remember the sentiment now, but looking back at his record, he had 5 defeats. He lost two games in La Liga.
6. Make that.
Six.
Make
Six
it 6.
defeats.
Yeah, make it 6.
He lost 2 games in La Liga, 2 games in the Champions League, and I think he lost in the Club World Cup as well.
Yeah.
And the Super Cup.
And the Super Cup. I mean, there was some of the losses where it's how he lost some of the games. If you go back to the game against PSG in the Club World Cup, they were completely outclassed. And I think that affected how some of the players affected him. At that time, he didn't have all of his best players. But going into the season, I think he was actually a really good manager. I think the timing of everything was just unfortunate for him. Obviously, they probably had high expectations of him as well when he was coming in based on what he had done with Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah. And like I was saying, the players within the dressing room, the politics with it and all that, having to play along to Florentino Perez and all that, maybe he wasn't after that yet. Maybe he didn't have the experience yet of the way Ancelotti and Zidane and maybe even Mourinho will be able to handle that type of situation. But on the pitch, I think Jabi Alonso was actually a very successful manager. And if he had been given more time, I think the situation is a bit like Maresca. I don't think he was sacked purely for footballing reason. If he had been given more time, I think he could have corrected the record and even gone further maybe in the Champions League.
Okay.
And probably been more competitive to Barcelona League than what Arbeloa came to do.
Seri, Yawen and Kwachi have laid a foundation for you. Now, one of the expectations is, would that be for Alonso to restore Chelsea's as title contenders, get them to Europe next season? Two of the things he has to take, looking at the signings, and Yao mentions the backing of the Madrid board. Here at Chelsea, things have taken a different turn, more like a positive way of doing things in terms of the transfer policy and of that. Is this what Alonso likes, and you think he'll thrive on that?
Well, certainly, this is what he likes, and if you are to cast your mind back to what he even did for himself at Leverkusen, you'd see that there are some similarities that he's trying to bring into this Chelsea squad. As it stands, there's a lacuna, or there's a space that everybody's trying to get to understand what exactly he wants to do at Chelsea. Is he going to play his favorite 3-back system? What is he going to do? But his signings have led us to think in a certain direction that he wants to be ready to play the 4-back should his 3-back fail.
No, I see.
That is why.
So not rely on just one system.
No.
He has a backup.
Exactly.
And not to cut it, because today I watched the entire game against AC Milan.
Yeah.
He started with a back 3. He played Palestra, I don't want to say in an unfamiliar role, but if you look at Palestra's heat map at Atalanta, he didn't play in that role a lot. It was more on the right. Today he played him on the left and played Pedro Neto on the right as a right wing back.
Yeah.
And so that gave me a sense of, okay, that is a new thing, because the other games that Chelsea lost, I think he went with a back 4.
No, but he has actually also tempted. He has been
other things.
Yeah. Against Juventus, actually, he played with a back 3 throughout that game, and there were times that there was Ansemino, Tosin, and then his favorite partner in crime.
Who is that?
Oh, there was also Josh in the mix.
Yeah,
that's his favorite partner in crime for the preseason. They are the ones conspiring to bring up a lot of things. And for some mix as well, there was Fofana in there. So constantly he had a 3-back. So he has tried it against an Italian opponent. He has tried it against another Italian opponent. But we'll see what he chooses to do going forward. Now, one thing that I think I would need to give to Jabi Alonso in the transfer market is he has not just brought in players, but he has brought in matured, experienced players.
36-year-olds and
28 and
why are you laughing? It's important to put context.
Yeah, it's important because the likes of Pep Chavaria.
Chavaria is what, 28?
Yeah, 28.
My Z.
Yeah, you have Henderson.
30 what?
6.
Solid.
Yeah, I can't forget the age.
You have
Henderson is 36. And then there's Welbeck.
There's Welbeck.
Hey,
You see, so
I really want to see where Alonso's head is.
No, I mean, but I know, but to tease that we were talking last week, I think 2 weeks ago, about how the oldest player in the squad was Robert Sanchez and Tosin Adarabioyo.
Yeah.
And now at least you have far more experienced players who
you have far more older players who are more experienced,
far more experienced and older
and better.
You can't take out the older.
the Henderson one. I don't get
age matters. Apparently, they were looking at Xhaka. Sunderland were not ready to.
No, it's not Sunderland were not ready. I don't think Chelsea were serious. Let me rip Chelsea apart for this.
They beg you.
Look, Chelsea hierarchy, if actually they wanted Xhaka, should have just put 18 million on the table. You don't go looking for someone's captain and you want to pay the person how much? 8 million. After the person really showed his mettle.
So you think it's an insult to?
It was an insult to Sunderland, and Sunderland duly rejected it.
So Sunderland, they are playing Europe, right?
Yeah, they're playing the Europa League.
Oh, I see.
And you want to go and sign their captain?
No, I think they are playing
the Conference League. It should be the Conference League.
They are playing.
They are playing the Europa League.
But for me, look, it was an
Bournemouth
insult.
are in conference, I think. I know. So Bournemouth are in the Europa League. Crystal Palace qualified through by winning the Conference League. So so Sunderland should be in the conference.
Look, it's an insult.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you, Chelsea, you that did not qualify for Countess Ball football.
Is the Europa?
But Sunderland and the Europa League.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
They finished 7th.
By beating Chelsea on the final day,
which Chelsea intentionally let
so they're
go.
in the Europa League.
Wonderful.
It's big business for them.
You didn't even qualify for Countess Ball, continental Countess Ball competition. If someone comes to you, Chelsea,
that's history. Why are you going back to the?
No. That is the present.
We are talking about what Xabi Alonso will do.
Yes, that is the present, because he wanted a player, and Chelsea did not show their hands well in that particular dealing.
Okay.
And hence they did not get him. And they've gone for the broken arm Henderson. That is a whole different proof.
How? I don't understand Henderson's career.
The broken arm thing.
No.
The World Cup. And he's never forgotten about it.
No. But you played 6 minutes. 6 minutes, and someone has scored a goal. You are going to jubilate. How do you miss your landing?
That was at the World Cup under Thomas Tuchel. We are talking about
in the words of coach, old Dwadeninie Eku. You understand? The brittle arms is broken. How can you just jump over advertising hoarding? Hoarding that is stopping people from running. You have gone to jump over and you have broken your arm. But back to Xabi Alonso. Look, he was charged with bringing some form of cool-headedness into this Chelsea squad.
Okay.
For a team that can be leading at halftime, find a way miraculously and lose the game. They were doing it all through last season. Check Chelsea's game against even Brighton in the EPL. That was the last time that Welbeck scored against them. The game ended 3-1. As at 60th minute, 65th, 70th minute, Chelsea was leading that game 1-0 at home, but still found a way to lose. It's all because of the lack of cool heads. And I think at this point in time, they have solved that situation by bringing in very, very experienced players. Solid. Now, next thing is Chelsea really now have hit the reset button and want to try as much as possible manufacture what happened back in 2016, 2017. That was the last time they won the league. And they won it with a new manager coming to play a system on paper looks like this, but it's different in application.
Yeah.
It would also interest you that was the last time we also saw a lot of managerial changes going into the league. 2016, 2017. I think it was 5. No, it was 7.
7, eh?
It was 7.
Okay.
But don't you think it'll be the reverse? Because when Conte came in, he tried to persist with the 4-back. It was until they were, I think the defeat at Arsenal and Liverpool in back-to-back weeks, and then he switched to.
Don't worry, they'll get this as well. This Chelsea team, they'll get it.
No, as for the baptism of fire, it would normally. I don't see any manager that has skipped or escaped that.
No, but
there's always that one game that will come at you and then questioning
your tactics
going forward, and you begin to think a lot, and that's what the Premier League brings.
But it took Amarteifio about a year to start thinking about changing his tactics. And I think
look. See, they will sack him at. You just let me rip into him small one. They will sack him at AC Milan. Let's come to Alonso.
Finish Alonso.
Look, so Alonso for me has an opportunity to actually make a huge impression and not rewrite the wrongs of Madrid, because for me he did not fail at Madrid.
Yeah. I do you think you'll be thinking that slightly?
He has already said it in one of his interviews as Chelsea boss that that really hurt him.
I see.
But he's over it now. He has already said that really hurt him, but he's over it now. If he's saying that he's over it now for the cameras, I don't know.
As to whether it's really true, we'll see it on the pitch.
We'll see it on the pitch. Okay. But his minimum for this Chelsea squad, you are playing once a week. You should be able to get Champions League football. And what is West Ham doing? Are they serious? They want to come back? Let's stay on Xabi Alonso. But he needs to get Chelsea back into the Champions League. Chelsea, I feel, have really backed him, broken the British record for him, bringing in a player that do they really need him?
Which player?
Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
For that amount of money, no playing in European competition, did you really need him? While you still need to sort out your goalkeeping situation, because the Sanchez deal. If you keep the Sanchez, what will happen is, look, you will score 3 and you might end up conceding 3.5.
Oh. You've given up on Sanchez like that?
No. Chelsea, it's not I have given up on Sanchez. You see, Sanchez has not given us the room to believe in him.
That he can be Chelsea's number 1.
Club World Cup.
That Club World Cup situation, the only thing I remember Sanchez for in that Club World Cup is what everybody also does. When he was posing by Trump, lifting the trophy.
The final against PSG.
No. But
what I was going to say. The long passes he was giving.
He was that final against PSG. Give him his credit.
Flowers.
Which flowers?
When he gave a long ball to Malo Gusto against PSG and they went to score. Are you forgotten?
Where?
What would be success for you? Or what do you think is success for Alonso?
What is success for him? Basic is to qualify the team for European competition. That's basic. And what else would be success for him is to give Arsenal a proper title run.
I see. So that would be what? Just right behind Arsenal.
Yeah.
Second, third. Or points.
No, in terms of points, give Arsenal a proper title run, because Arsenal have their eyes elsewhere.
The Champions League and all that stuff.
Yeah, because how I wish we could talk about Arteta.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
Yeah, but
we'll talk about him maybe not today, on the subsequent.
Arsenal have their eyes and expectations elsewhere.
Yeah.
So this is really, the league is there for the taking. Whoever wants it more would get it. There are a lot of squads that may seem complete but have too many deep holes in them. So for me, it's very balanced, and he Alonso needs to mitigate certain things as well to get the team there.
Okay.
There are those times that injuries will come. How he balances it will be very important.
Okay. That's the word on Xabi Alonso. Let's get to Liverpool. I'll give it to Kwache. Liverpool, Andoni Iraola from Bournemouth to Liverpool. The preseason, some players are fighting over who wear the captain's armband, and people are living on the ground.
Allow.
And Kwache knows a lot about Liverpool.
Liverpool insider.
Yeah, he's more like.
Okay.
Kwache, you will talk about that matter a bit later. But Andoni, what should we expect for him? What would you say is success under what he'll be doing? I mean, this season.
I'm not sure. I understand the move to get rid of.
What do you mean? I'm not sure. If you had a top ranking, you didn't know what to expect from Andoni. Then that's like failure already, even before the Liverpool team kick a ball.
I think Hughes has a connection with Iraola. He brought him as manager when he was at Bournemouth. So I think I see, and I think he's leaving. I think his contract, he's set to leave at the end of the season. I see a man who's trying a method that's worked for him before and seeing whether it'll come again. Not to say that Raiola is not a good coach, and maybe this is unfair based on the expectations probably people have of him. But I think at the state that Liverpool are in, the thing that I was most worried about is going back to the pre-club years and forgetting that we're supposed to be challenging for titles every year.
Okay.
I don't want a situation where it feels like we're building towards something, and in the end, if you don't make the right, like I keep saying, if you don't make the right moves, you're regressing. And looking at Raiola, if you look at what he's achieved in his career, he's done really well. I think he won promotion with Vallecano, which I don't know if you count that as a trophy. If you win the championship, do you think that counts as a major trophy?
If you win the Champions League,
the championship,
yeah, depending on the team you are going to coach. Because Chelsea fans, I don't think regarded Maresca Leicester as a big trophy. But today, if
switch.
Yeah, no one mentions McKenna. Even Burnley when they won, I don't think no one mentioned the fact that they always mention the fact that Company was relegated. No one mentioned the fact that he won
and promoted them to the
with the record total for them. So it's all about expectations. And with Raiola, I think the only problem I have with him is his appointment sets the expectations just relative. That's not necessarily a statement of intent from Liverpool. I think player development is going to be key. But another thing that's going to be key is what you mentioned. It's being able to control a dressing room. And not necessarily, Liverpool don't necessarily have the egos of maybe a team like Real Madrid or Chelsea in their prime post Mourinho. But there are a lot of players who are trying to see how they fit into the system. And he's a new manager, and a new manager is always like a new teacher to certain people. You're always going to have people who want to become, who see it as a new opportunity to become favorites. And you're also going to see people as people who think, I can outlast you here. Or I don't necessarily need to subvert your authority because I have been here before you and I will be here longer than you. And that's where Raiola is a very nice guy. That's not to say that nice people cannot necessarily control dressing rooms. We've seen a lot of managers who can appear to be very nice. I think Klopp slightly had that even when he was there, but they also had a way where they could discipline players. And in that sense, that's where I worry about Raiola making the step up to Liverpool. And then just like with Raiola, when he was at Bournemouth, one of the things we pointed out last season was the runs that he seemed to go on. So they started the season really well, and then they went on a winless run, and then they ended the season going about 22 games unbeaten. As a team like Liverpool, that won't really work. And I think that's been a pattern with him throughout his whole career. Even at Bournemouth, like you said, at the start when he came, there was a lot of, initially when he came in the first season, he didn't start very well, and a lot of people are talking about whether he was going to be able to keep his job. Bournemouth were able to keep the faith in him, and he was able to get them to where they are now.
Okay.
But if he comes into Liverpool and he goes his first 10 games without winning a single game, I don't know how long he's going to be able to last there.
Okay.
And that could definitely be a problem for him. So just in summary, to understand the situation, I think what he can probably gain the most is probably player development. I think that's something that he's always been very good at from all the clubs that he's been at. And he's also expected to bring a much better style than Arne was playing. And the big advantage for him is he's coming into a dressing room after Arne Slot and Arne Slot's second season. This is not to discredit what he did in the first season. Winning the league was, a lot of people like to give the credit to Klopp, but he still had to be the manager who won the league, and he did that. In the second season, he showed a different side to himself that I don't think endeared him to Liverpool fans, and the football itself was no good. And that's where Raiola is also supposed to come in and try and create a more fluid style of football. He's probably also expected to try and make sure that all the investment from last season, about 450 million of it, plus the 60 million that he spent on jackets now, which if they won't spend 60 million on jackets, just spend the 40 million that Palace wanted for Gay, and
it makes no sense to you.
Some of the decisions, don't even get me started on. I don't.
They're up to some years.
I don't. Why? It's a loan, so maybe that's where.
Yeah, it's a loan. I know.
Yeah. But there's an option, though. But it's not
depending on who is reporting it. I'm hoping there isn't.
Depending on who is reporting it.
Oh no, there's an option, but it's not mandatory. Yeah.
Well, that would depend on if he performs.
Yeah. Option 2.
Yeah.
I don't want to add the buy.
He activates certain clauses in there. But
okay. Yeah, I mean, but it comes in. Leone is injured, but that's what I'm saying. There are lots of new parts that have come in, and lots of investment has been made. Herrera is also expected to be the person who can bring all that together because he does that really well at Liverpool. What I keep worrying about, like I keep saying, is the expectations. Can he deliver on the expectations that Liverpool fans should still have, which is we should be competing for titles, for the Champions League and for the Premier League? Is he going to be able to deal with that pressure at a different club where he's not going to be given as much time? I think that's going to be an interesting challenge to see.
Interesting. Andoni Iraola for Liverpool. Let's see if he can also restore Liverpool as title challengers.
Oh, he can, but they should give him 1 year.
One extra year, so he should finish the season.
Finish this season, then next season, that's when you place the title expectations on him. So it's just like Arne Slot. When he came in, he wasn't supposed to win the EPL title. That wasn't the expectation. The expectation was get us to stay on that level that Jurgen Klopp left us on. Then the next season,
you win the title.
Yeah, you win the title. Then it happened that he got a lucky break.
That level was competing for titles.
Not necessarily. I mean, because
up until last season, Klopp they were actually in the title race. People forget that. That's Liverpool, Arsenal, City.
He was.
But that was
the second, third.
But that was second. You see, that was Jurgen Klopp, and they were coming to the end of a cycle. Yeah. I mean, you had the likes of Firmino leaving, the likes of the Brazilian chap who moved over to
Fabinho.
Yeah. Okay. All of those guys were leaving. Sadio Mane, so it was. It was the end of a cycle. So the expectation to win the title, it wasn't realistic.
The second cycle was actually competitive. If you remember, even the season where Liverpool won the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, they were in the Champions League final. They took Man City to the final day. There's been a lot of circumstances that make it look like the second team was not yet at that level. But I think it took some transition. It took the season where the COVID season where they went competitive, where it took the Alisson header on the final day to qualify for the Champions League. There was a transition in between. But even the second string of Liverpool team was still trying to be competitive. And that's why I think that from Slot coming in from Feyenoord, where he had walked the league in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, I think the expectation was, is he going to be the guy who can transition after Klopp to make sure that we are still at that level competing for titles? Maybe it wasn't realistic, but I think those were still the expectations.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't to win the title, but it was to maintain that level. Then the second season, then you go ahead. Then the expectations get to that point where you have to win the title. It's the same thing, because if you are moving from PSV Eindhoven to was it PSV? Feyenoord. Yeah. If you're moving from Feyenoord to Liverpool, that's a big step up. Yeah. And realistically, no manager, no owner would realistically say, "Come and win the league." No way. Especially coming on the back of Jurgen Klopp leaving, the way he left, and the fact that, like I mentioned earlier, it was more or less the end of a cycle. Not fully, because with Mo Salah leaving, now you can tell that the cycle has really ended. So the cycle has started coming to an end. Like you mentioned, Wijnaldum left, Fabinho left, Sadio Mane left, Firmino left. Those guys, they represented what Jurgen Klopp was. Yeah. And so they leaving and he coming in and his Slot coming in. First year, from the Dutch league to the EPL and to a club like Liverpool, first year win the title. Nah, realistically, it wasn't something that you could confidently bank on. The expectation was, maintain this level. Let us see that, there is enough promise for us to believe that you can get us there. And then the second year, we'll go out there and make the signings. And that's exactly what happened the second season. And that's why, like Kwasi said, though the second season, it wasn't terrible per se, but because of the expectations, it was seen as a flat out embarrassment, disappointment. And so it's the same thing that I see with Andoni Iraola. First season, I don't expect him to, win the league. No. Just get them competitive. Get them to make runs in the cup competitions. It could be the Carabao Cup. It could be the FA Cup. But don't get it to a point where they finished fifth last season and then you come in and you finish 7th. It's going to be very difficult.
And you don't win any of the
cup competitions. No, it's going to be very difficult to have confidence in him going into the second season.
Okay.
But if he comes in and he finishes 3rd, that's a step up. That's an improvement on what the position that they clinched last season.
Yeah.
Because last season they finished 5th.
Yeah.
So if you come in and you push it to, let's say, 3rd or 2nd, that's a realistic target. But to win it with Arsenal maintaining most of their players, bringing on Bruno Guimaraes, with even room to bring in an extra player, I placing that kind of title winning expectation on Andoni Raiola. Now, for me, I think it's not realistic.
You have to talk about Enzo.
Yeah, I agree largely, but I think the crucial factor during that period was probably Pep Guardiola and Man City's dominance at that time. I think at that time it's probably unrealistic to think that you can come in and immediately compete with.
Okay.
But you think it's realistic now to come in and win it?
I think Arsenal and
You think it's a level playing field now?
I think this is more. I think this is more similar to probably Conte's first season when we hadn't seen what Guardiola done in England yet. Like you said, where we had
that was the same season Guardiola actually
2016.
yeah. So Guardiola was
2017.
Yeah, but Arteta is a proven commodity.
But now, Arteta out.
No.
Yes, Arteta is not proven.
No. What do you mean it's not proven? Let me explain. See. For Arteta to be the second longest serving manager in Europe's top 5 leagues, to have only won 1 EPL.
Oh, I'm coming. Narrow it down to the EPL.
EPL is the top.
He's the top. So when
if I expand it, if I expand it,
then right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you don't think it's a level playing field?
Hold on. Arteta is a proven commodity. He came in. He came in. Proven commodity. He's a proven commodity.
Based on longevity or
no? Based on what he has done.
We don't have a track record of winning league titles. He's won it.
The man came in. He won the FA Cup. Then had a pair of 8 finished positions.
Yeah. So he did what? 8th, 5th, then second.
Then he finished second, 3 straight,
and then first.
3 straight. The man has finished second in the EPL. 3 straight years. His 4th season, his 4th season on the back of
doing the back
those 3 straight second place finishes. He wins the EPL title. And context matters. Where he started from and how and where he's built Arsenal up to. You cannot tell me that Arteta is not a proven commodity. No way. You cannot tell me that Arteta is not a proven commodity. And that's why this season and next season, I expect Arteta and Arsenal to go back to back. They should win the league back to back. If they cannot do it back to back, at least they should win this season's league. And if they cannot do 3 straight league titles in a row, at least they should win this season and make sure that last season's own is buttressed by this season title winning campaign.
Yeah.
I expect Arteta to win this season. If he doesn't win it, I'll be very disappointed.
Okay.
I'll be very disappointed because take him out.
Yeah.
The only proven commodity in the EPL is Unai Emery, who is capable of winning the title. It's Unai Emery, but with him, his squad doesn't give him the chance to be able to realistically contend for a title.
Okay.
So you look around, Michael Carrick, Man United, Enzo Maresca, Man City, Xabi Alonso, Chelsea. Who else? Roberto De Zerbi, Tottenham Hotspur. Come on, it's Arteta. If he does not win the EPL title, then he's not proving to you. That would be a very massive disappointment and a massive letdown. But he is a proven commodity.
Interesting. Let's see. People say he's setting Arteta up to laugh at us now, but
no,
we'll see how it plays out.
In Pep's prime. Arteta doesn't win the league.
Yeah, because
95 plus points a season.
But Pep is not there anymore. Yeah, there is no one like Pep in the Premier League now.
I'm giving context to the final season Premier League win.
I agree your point, but my only slight disagreement I have with you is that context.
Yes.
Now, if I'm comparing Arteta to what Pep has done, in terms of if you say that, the word you use,
commodity,
proven commodity.
Yeah.
With Pep, I'm backing it with every season he's giving you something. He's giving you the EPL title, and if you're comparing Arteta in 8 or 7 seasons or whatever,
It doesn't go from phase 1 to phase 2
seasons.
to phase 3 to phase 4. It's
So
always
6
phase
full
5.
seasons and 7 seasons.
So yeah, I mean, I get that bit, but then that is what is missing on what Arteta has done.
No, I'm saying that those 6 seasons that
he has the longevity,
yeah,
know-how and everything.
And what makes someone proven as a commodity, or what makes something proven as a commodity?
That is where we
Your cachet in the bank.
Good. That is where I want to start the conversation from. Let's go to that side. Look, this is the first time since 1992 that the EPL came into inception that we are not having a proper juggernaut of a coach. So we'll consider, that is why when Yao says he's proven, Yao is right too, but for me he's not proven.
Okay.
1992 coming, we had Sir Alex Ferguson. Then we came to get what? Arsene Wenger. Then came in Jose Mourinho. Then came Klopp. Then came Pep. Now these guys are Ancelotti in between. These guys are all out. These are the coaching brains that have shaped football. Now we are down to the youngins. I call them the experimental youngins.
If you look at the league,
and Arteta is the big fish in that pool. So you should eat. And the
I love the conversation. 053996 053996. Let me hear from you on what you make about what we're discussing so far. Later at the tail end of the show, we'll activate the phone lines. But let's go for a very quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about Enzo Maresca. We'll talk about Matheus Jassel, Pierre Sage, and a few of the other managers. Then we'll activate the phone lines, get your thoughts as well. 97.3, the Republic of Football. Stick and stay with us. We'll be back after this.
Hey, Charlie, this.
107.3, the Republic of Football. Grab your fare here. Show is always interactive. 0539986996, 0539986996. I'm here with Yai Jimmy Inter, Monola Angelo Kwache, and Sedinam Edmond. We're looking at the new Premier League managers ahead of the start of the new season 2026-2027. Starts on August 21, 2026. Speaking about a few managers, Andoni Iraola was the one we were just speaking about before we went on a break. We're speaking about Chelsea. We've done Marco Rose in there. Send me your thoughts. 0539969996, 0539986996. Jace Tomata says from Ashaman Aviation says 3-4-2-1 formation is good for Alonso and Chelsea team now. Okay. On YouTube, let me see if I can get some messages. Sweet Kwame has left us a lot of messages. He says Chelsea will sack Alonso if he doesn't perform. He wants us to share our thoughts on Caleb Jirenchi. Do you think he will suffer? But why would you even think about the guy who will suffer? You can equally say, do you think he would have a good season?
No, but that seems to be the running theme anytime a Ghanaian joins an EPL.
Well, always looking out.
Or like, yeah. It happened with Semenyo, who was actually at that point he had been getting the goals for Bournemouth, but when he was joining City, it was
so
like,
much negativity. Where would Safa. Okay. He says Odwade in Coach Nimley's was talking about the players Chelsea are signing.
No, that one is in reference to the broken arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the old Dwade Nime was broken.
Okay. He says Arteta doesn't know the tactics of Alonso or Maresca. Okay. Big fish in the pool. Only one league won. He's laughing at Mikel. Okay, let's talk about Enzo Maresca. Yeah, Enzo Maresca. Enzo Tactical Maresca. Because he's won the Club World Cup, so he's a good manager. He's Italian, born 1980. I've already run through his profile already. Juventus Sevilla during his playing days, won the Club World Cup, the Conference League with Chelsea, was Pep assistant in 2023. Moved away. He says he wants to handle his own ship. Went to do that with Leicester City, promoted them. Chelsea says, "Oh, you look very enticing. Come and coach our team." He came, did a few things with Chelsea and all of that. Now he's with Manchester City. Yeah, let me give Maresca to you to do justice for me. On people say he'll forever live in Pep's shadows, and every match, whether it's a win or draw, the pundits will say, "Oh yeah, he's a Pep mentee. He wants to play like Pep and all of that." Succeeding Pep is very difficult for the Italian.
Oh yeah, it will be tough. But he needs to learn from Arteta and do what Arteta has done over the past 3 seasons. Mm-hmm. That's what he needs to do. What did Arteta do when he first got to Arsenal? And beyond the immediate FA Cup triumph, where it was all about defending, he tried to do the Pep Guardiola style, be open, be expansive, and then he didn't have the right materials to be able to do so. Mm-hmm. So it started backfiring, and when the personnel improved, he still opted for that option, and they fell short in that regard. But last 2 seasons, then he started switching. He started switching to a more defensive-oriented approach, and we saw the improvements coming along, and it culminated in they being able to win the league with a very healthy defensive record, brilliant goalkeeping, and the fact that they made things very difficult for teams to break them down. Mm-hmm. And so it was a far departure from what he did under Pep Guardiola and what he became used or known for after or in the immediate years after he left Pep Guardiola. And everything that he did in the immediate years after he left Pep Guardiola, it was Pep Guardiola like.
Yeah.
Look at the signings that he made immediately after he left Pep Guardiola. Brought in the likes of Zinchenko, former Man City players, Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus.
He was looking
everything like
it
looked very much like he wanted to do everything just like Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
But as soon as he realized that, okay, I need to do things a bit differently, that's when he started trending up in a big way. And so for me, Enzo Maresca needs to be able to do things a bit differently. More or less, do things the way you did when you got Chelsea to win that FIFA Club World Cup. Make it basic, don't complicate it. Thrive in being confident, in putting Erling Haaland in situations where they are more direct than they were under Pep Guardiola. Last season, Man City became more direct. Double down on that because that's what the players have become used to now. Now you are in a situation where you have materials that thrive in that system. You have Erling Haaland. You have Antoine Semenyo. Very likely Rodri will leave. So what that means is you are going to have Tijani Reinders play a bit more extensive minutes. You are going to have Nico Gonzalez play a bit more extensive minutes. Those guys are more direct.
A very expensive Elliot Anderson.
Yeah. Yes, Elliot Anderson. Those guys are more direct than Rodri. They are more direct than Bernardo Silva. They are more direct than the previous midfielders that you had in Pep Guardiola's prime years.
Yeah.
And so it is built for him to be able to alter the system from the majority of the years that Pep Guardiola spent, and it's built for him to continue what was left of Pep Guardiola's final season, which was the last campaign. They were very direct. They played a lot more direct football than at any period in time at Man City under Pep Guardiola. I think he should continue from that end because he has shown that his team can get his team to play and succeed in playing that kind of style. And so for me, that's what he should do, especially when the materials available thrive in that kind of system. And I think if he does that, it will be different from what Pep Guardiola is known for, but it will be effective enough for them to be able to win potentially a title or two.
Kwachi, just quick thoughts on. I mean, let's be a bit biased. So more interested in what Semenyo would do under Enzo. Y'all mentioned something that I like. Be very more direct. Should we expect some more good performances from the Ghanaian?
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to be one of the players who's going to benefit from Maresca coming in. He's hardworking, he's direct, he can use both feet, he can play on either side. I think he can play directly through the front line. So I definitely think Semenyo working under Maresca could be key. He doesn't necessarily have the experience of some of the other City players who have worked under him before, but I don't necessarily think that will be a limiting factor. He's still one of the best players within the City squad. I also think his interplay with him playing with Haaland will also be key, because I think throughout last season, the season before that, I think you started to see a little bit more of Haaland starting to drift wide. Even the goal in the FA Cup final, with Haaland drifting wide and Semenyo going through the middle, and I think we'll see a lot of that, and that could be helpful for him.
Okay, just a bit of a breaking news. Not the best of news. For Lionel Messi's entourage. So Jorge Messi, who is the father and representative of Lionel Messi, the reports are that he has died at the age of 68 after suffering a serious illness. Yeah, so Jorge Messi, who is Messi's father and rep, Charlie. I thought I would.
He actually just returned to the States, though.
Of Messi and his people.
Messi just returned to the States to get to start playing with his team again and to be hit with this is...
Over the week I saw him, a fan bumped into him. He, Messi and his kids.
Yeah.
I think they were from a shopping mall or so.
It looks like this season he has not extended the contract of the bodyguard.
Actually. Yeah, it's been a while we saw him though.
Yeah.
Still on some breaking news. Ferran Torres will be wearing a PSG shirt. How did that deal even happen so quick? That's the last time I saw.
It was in the works.
Yeah, it's been the works. I think even before the World Cup.
Yeah, the last update I saw, they said Barca were rejected some amounts or something like that.
Look, as for them, Barca, they should keep selling. You see, Lewandowski is gone now. No one seems to be remembering that. Lewandowski is gone. Now Ferran Torres is gone.
They didn't keep Rashford.
They brought Gordon for Rashford.
No, but I'm thinking our Rashford can play more like center forward.
Yeah.
I don't think Gordon.
Oh, they want to play Ferran. Oh, okay. I mean, Ferran Torres could have also given you something.
He was going to possibly have been starring in that role.
I think there's one more signing. So they either clear the way for Alvarez or I'm hearing Vlahovic but he wants a lot of money. So I don't think his style of play necessarily fits with Barca. The Alvarez deal, I don't know how they still think it's happening, but some way, somehow it's not off yet.
Okay, so that's just by way of updating you. 2 news, one on the good side, one on the bad side. The bad side going to Messi's entourage. Messi losing his dad and a representative in Jorge Messi after suffering from a serious illness. He is 68 years. And so our thoughts are with the family of Lionel Messi and his people. Guys, let's finish off with we are done with Enzo. Let's go to the man who was brought from Saudi Arabia. Matthias how do you pronounce his name?
Rockstar.
Matthias what? Yassel.
We are calling him the Rockstar. You just call him Uncle
This
Matthias.
guy, a lot of people don't know what he's done.
No, Rockstar. Just call him Rockstar.
We can't call him Rockstar.
Oh no, Rockstar. See, if he doesn't change his ways on the touchline, red card that he'll be getting on the touchline.
Okay, I just want to do a quick run through his profile for those who don't really know him. So Matthias Yassel, Newcastle manager. After Eddie Howe was sacked, but he said he left what?
Mutually.
Yeah, those big English they've been using when they sack.
So the problem with 2 people is it can never be mutual because someone has to bring it up.
Exactly.
And
even if you agree, we'll hear of it later. Just like Maresca, they said Chelsea had parted ways mutually. But later we are hearing that someone resigned and
someone was.
So he's German. He played under Tuchel at Stuttgart, and then also played under Rangnick and Hoffenheim. He actually retired early because of injury. But his coaching path, you can look at Leiferen, Salzburg, and then Saudi. Success with Al Ali. That's where a lot of people are talking about what he's done. In terms of the trophies that he's won, he has 2 Austrian Bundesliga titles, an Austrian Cup with Salzburg, consecutive AFC Champions League LA titles, and Saudi Super Cup with Al Ali. He's the first coach to win back-to-back Asian Champions League. Sadi, what's running through the top hierarchy of...
He's clearly the most accomplished manager in the Premier League this season.
Oh, my guy. Charlie.
No. Is he not?
No, he's not.
Why
would you say so? Because of the titles I mentioned.
Well, I mean, if we're going by number, he probably has the most titles in a relevant division. I don't think Austria is the best league.
Look. You see, you want to go and bring the AFC Championship into this.
Alonso has 1 league title. Arteta has 1 league title. Who else has won a league title?
Don't worry. Are we talking about league titles, or you want to bring in his other...
Don't mind Kwashi.
No. Even with that, what kind of players did he have in his fold? What kind of players did he have in his fold? That is where I want to start the Newcastle conversation from.
Let's be quick on that one because of time. Because in the next few minutes we have to.
Frankly speaking, the wheels have come off on the Newcastle project as it stands. They did not even get it off the ground properly. They actually won silverware. Kudos to them. That was the highlight of Project 1.0 Newcastle. Already they have hit reboot and they are trying to do Project 2.0. Project 2.0, where you are literally losing all your players. In the past 2 seasons, who have they lost? Isaac.
Yeah, very big players. They are losing Bruno Guimaraes. They've lost.
No, they have lost.
Yes, Bruno Guimaraes, Anthony Gordon, Barca.
Yeah, and there's Tonali. After keeping faith in Tonali, after keeping faith in Tonali has left.
I still didn't believe that deal happened. When I saw him play in that friendly they played against Chelsea, I was like, then I remember,
and he was the brightest player for Tottenham.
Then I remember that he had moved from Newcastle to Spurs.
Yeah. So you have literally lost the engine in your midfield. That's gone. Now, in attack, would you rely on my uncle, my tall friend, Nik Amarteifio? He's German. Guess a German coach. But what would be that effect? The EPL we know is heavily reliant on performance from midfield. You might fight it, but you cast your mind back to it and it is always in the middle. The players you keep mentioning, majority of them in the middle, or there was someone always in that middle working it out for them. This Newcastle team apparently have lost their midfield. And they are not replacing it in a way that would give you encouragement. They have a new goalkeeper. Looking to possibly be losing one of their laterals. So everybody is literally trying to get out of the door before it gets worse. That should tell you something. Matthias has more than just running up and down the pitch like he's already doing with the players to actually make Newcastle half of what they were doing under Eddie Howe. The loss in Europe is, especially in the EPL, is what's hindering Newcastle from going out and spending crazy. Bringing in Matthias
made them slightly unattractive.
Exactly.
I see. Bringing
in Matthias, look, who are the owners of Newcastle? Let's look at it from that direction. Who are the owners of Newcastle? Where is Matthias coming from? They went there to bring in the best from their league.
Yeah.
To come and compete amongst the greatest. And he's lucky he's coming into the league at a point in time where there are so many unsettled managers.
So that might help him away if it's misperforming.
It might help him away if they are willing to keep faith in him. But in keeping faith in him, they need to invest in their squad. If they don't invest in their squad, I have not really seen that. So if everyone is actually talking about Matthias being in the Asia, in the Arabian Gulf and doing wonderful, it was because of the players he had at his disposal. He didn't have those kind of players at left wing. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Now, juxtapose that to the EPL. He would need players to perform. He's coming into a team and literally the team is unsettled.
Okay.
His tactics at this point would not count. In an unsettled team, your tactics is zero.
I see.
That is why when a team is unsettled, they try as much as possible to bring in a formal player to try and steady the ship, because everybody it will be vibes on vibes with the formal player. That is why a lot of United fans actually do not want Carrick being there, because last season
it was vibes on vibes.
Vibes on vibes. No, the United folks would agree. It was vibes on vibes. But look.
Well, at the point, they questioned a lot more from what he was doing tactically on the pitch.
They will need to question him more, because as it stands, he's the 10th longest coach in a job in the EPL. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm looking at Newcastle's signings, right? En route to the start of the season. Completed 7 signings. So Bazumana Ture from Hoffenheim.
Okay.
£50 million.
That's why they spend the money without Charlie.
There is Alaji Bamba.
Yeah.
From Monaco, £34 million. Sean Stur from Ajax. Said
Oh yeah, no. But as it stands now, if you buy any player from Ajax, you are really not scaring anybody. No, seriously, you buy a player from Ajax.
Final two, Erwin Jean from Rem, and then Lucas Honiek from Braga.
Yeah,
Charlie,
and you'd expect a lot, at least 3 of these names to be starting. You expect 3 to be starting. Adaptation for players, adaptation for manager. Look, he likes to play he likes that English kind of game. Let's play high octane football.
I see.
He likes it. But with Alaji and Gabi, don't do this.
What?
Gabi, don't do this.
Is the signing I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What is it Alaji pay head in the signing?
No, but that's where I'm starting from.
Okay. So Matthias Jassel, let's see. People say he'll be the first manager to be sacked.
No, I don't think so, because he's going to get Newcastle to actually be running a lot.
Oh, okay.
That one he would get them.
You should expect that.
Oh yeah. He would get them to run a lot.
Let's do the final 2 real quick, and then activate the phone lines. Final 2 managers who haven't we touched on. Let me see. Oliver Glasner. Kwache, real quick on Oliver Glasner. Then I will do Gary O'Neill. Gary O'Neill. There's Abdeloa, but we can talk about him later, maybe. So, Kwasi, just real quick. Glasner.
Abdeloa will be the first to be sacked, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From Palace to Forest. He's going to work with Evangelos Marinakis, the dramatic owner of.
The only owner who can go and fight at a basketball game.
The only reason it makes sense for me, because if you look at what how he was behaving at the end of the season with Crystal Palace, I really thought he was about to try and move up to a different level. He hasn't really been able to do that. The only reason the move to Nottingham Forest makes sense to me is I think his salary has gone up a lot.
Yeah.
And if he is sacked, he will go away with a large payday. So in the end, it makes sense for him. He probably has a bigger budget to spend. I think this is Forest trying to recover what they lost when they sacked Nuno. He is a proven manager now. And you were making fun of my point at the success of managers. I was going through the list. Only 5 Premier League and the managers in the Premier League right now have won a league title in Europe.
Only 5.
Only 5 of them. So Arteta, Unai Emery, Matthias Jassel from Austria, Marco Rosa.
Why are you having this conversation now?
How they call it? Marco Rosa and Alonso. None of them have won a Champions League. The best you get is Europa League with Unai Emery
and a Conference League
and
with Enzo,
and also Glasner.
Yeah, but then he also has won the Asian Champions League. But that's just
against Yokohama.
I'm not going to engage. But the point is, it just goes back to the point we're making at the start, where the quality of managers in the league have gone down incredibly. Going back to Sedi's point, where 10 years ago you had Pochettino at Spurs, you had Mourinho at United, you had Arteta at Chelsea, you had Conte at, so you had Wenger at Arsenal. You had Conte at Chelsea. It was a different level, and I just think that the quality of managers has gone down. In terms of Glasner, it's a sideways move for him, where I'm not sure what the end game is, because I don't think in the league wise, unless they are trying to push harder in the league, and they have made it into Europe recently. Just last season, they made it into Europe at the expense of Glasner's own Crystal Palace. So I don't think there's anywhere further they can push in the league, especially now that they get Palace into the Europa League after they were knocked out by Nottingham Forest. So then now go to Nottingham Forest, who are not in Europe at all. It's a very sideways move.
Can he handle Marinakis? Because now he has to be dealing with 24 players and then an additional owner who is very difficult to satisfy.
Yeah,
Marinakis can be all okay with you for like 3 days, and then the 4th day he just switches the button.
This is me being cynical, but I think he's looking at the job and thinking he wanted the AC Milan job at that time, I think, and the Leverkusen job. Both of those, for other reasons, were unavailable to him. If he goes into Forest and by November, December, he's sacked by Marinakis, I don't think it's going to harm his reputation. This isn't like Ange Postecoglou, who was coming back off the Tottenham season and needed to almost revive himself. Let's see how it goes for him at Al Nassr with Ronaldo. Wish him the best. But he Glasner is probably hoping that even if he's sacked by December, November, he comes in. Even if he's sacked by November, December, he comes in, he can be sacked, and then there are more jobs available within Europe. If he's lucky, like you said, maybe by then the Fulham job is open. There are different jobs that he can probably make, that he can probably go in and have an impact there. Yeah. In terms of Forest, I think the best he can do is probably build the squad and get them back to where he got Crystal Palace to. And it should be a good season for them because they are a good manager. But I'm not sure in terms of, for him personally, I don't see to me, it's a slight lack of ambition, but there could be a bigger plan I don't see. But in this moment, it doesn't really make sense for him to leave from Crystal Palace to go to Nottingham Forest. Okay. But he'll be a good manager for them.
Okay. Yeah. The final one for you, Gary O'Neill, Fatah Isaku's manager at Ipswich Town.
Oh yeah.
Taking over from McKenna, right?
Yeah. And I don't think he should have been sacked by Wolves in the first place. I think he was doing a good job there, and so he getting a chance to come back into the EPL, I think is gives him a way to redeem himself. It's more or less a redemption job or redemption project, but it is a difficult project to be able to redeem your image or redeem your credibility as a manager who can thrive in the EPL, because with Ipswich, yeah, it's tough, especially when you look at the fact that they haven't made too many, signings of Premier League proven quality, if I can put it that way, and it makes it quite tough to predict where they will land and how far they can go. Yeah, this is a tough one, honestly. Unlike, let's say, Hull City, I don't see them surviving. You look at Bournemouth, for instance, Marco Rose. I don't see that being a relationship that will last long. For Ipswich and Gary O'Neill, on paper, it looks like a perfect match. I mean, a team that aspires to do great things, a manager who is on the hunt for redemption. He's managed, Strasbourg. So it looks like a perfect fit. But as to how they will be able to deal with the dynamics of moving on from McKenna, knowing very well that they were stuck in their ways under McKenna, who had been there for about 3 seasons, I believe. And the way he was heavy on playing out from the back, and make sure that he brought in players that fit that module. Gary O'Neill is a departure from that. Okay. And so that's why I'm a bit hesitant in saying that it sure looks to be a situation where I see them surviving. It's unlike Coventry City. I'm confident that they will survive. But in Ipswich Town's case,
it's difficult.
It's difficult to say because of the difference in styles that the previous immediate past manager had and the one that they had, he has, and the fact that the previous manager spent some quality time with the team and molded the team so heavily in this image that if you are changing him and bringing in a different manager who has a different profile, it's going to take some time to get those same players or most of those players to change their style and adapt. And that's where I see them faltering, especially now that you are no longer competing in the championship, but you're competing in the EPL. Your margins where you fail or if you fall short are definitely overly exploited. I mean, we've seen in the championship Burnley record the best defensive record under Scott Parker. When they got into the league, practically the same defensive players, the same goalkeepers, the same manager, and look at how it ended. They got badly exposed because of the serious quality that exists in the Premier League, where every tiny bit of mistake, it turns into almost a goal. Whereas in the championship, if you make a mistake passing out from the back, you can do like 5 times and misplace a pass 5 times, the chances of you conceding a goal directly from those mistakes, for the most part, 1.5. Or that's even on a good day, 1.5. So let's say 2 at best, even on a good day. But with the APL, on a good day, you can concede 5 straight goals from 5 misplaced passes when trying to play out from the back. And so that's where I have a bit of concern with Ipswich Town. And yeah, unfortunately, Gary O'Neill, I don't think this was necessarily the best job opening for him because of the circumstances that he has to deal with. So yeah, I'm not too upbeat about their chances, and upbeat about his chances of staying in the job for a long time.
Okay. Well, phone lines activated 053996 0549986.
West Ham
996.
Yes.
Who is that?
Malik Diouf.
Okay.
No, Malik Diouf.
This guy.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Yeah, the left back.
The left back. I'm surprised. The Senegalese left back. I'm surprised.
Any transfer story?
Yeah. I'm surprised he's still there because Man United were linked with Lewis Hall.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's not happening. So I thought that this guy would be the perfect replacement.
I don't know why his deal
it's surprising.
He was being linked with the Brentford position.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden that seemed to have gone cold. I
think 2 weeks ago.
I think West Ham have made enough money from they sold Matheus Fernandes for 85 million.
And they sold Somerville for 75.
They've made
Well, let me just by way of updates, the transfers. We spoke about Forest, so they are on the verge of an agreement with Sporting for defender Osman Diomande. We are looking at around £34.3 million. Let me see. Yeah, Liverpool. Araujo is set for medical ahead of a surprise Liverpool loan move.
He might not come.
What?
There's still a chance he might not come.
He's on the plane. He's going to have
medical.
I'm not. It's just the players always pass their medical.
You see, he's actually the first choice. He's the first choice of the hierarchy of Liverpool to try and pepper that role, centre back pairing.
From Konate's last season to think that Araujo is the guy to come in,
upgrade.
I don't know.
Well,
fantastic.
And a part of the Turkish league, they are interested in Romelu Lukaku from Napoli. Let me see if I can pick.
Galatasaray.
Yeah, I can pick him. Arsenal.
Galatasaray have
Bruno Guimaraes.
No,
Icardi.
They have Icardi and
no Alang, but I think he's out wide.
No,
and
also,
for the strikers,
Osimhen. So it's Fenerbahce that are trying to get.
This is Fenerbahce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is from.
They also have Greenwood, who is already scoring.
Napoli are also went up to push ahead for a move for Chelsea defender Benoit, but
they'll end up doing it.
So Chelsea sell too well because
that's just by way of the transfer updates. A few of the updates that we've had today. You can call us now 0539986996 0549986996. Call us. Let's get talking. Share with me.
Bruno Guimaraes has also signed for us.
Yeah.
He says you give his best.
It's done and dusted.
We are waiting. But Gabi, you see, there are some key positions for certain teams that they really need to look at. The transfer window is going haywire. Money's flying over people's heads here and there. But the likes of Liverpool need to sort out the right hand side of their pitch. That entire portion. From front to back. They need to sort it out. You see,
the front, I mean, they are looking at Bakola.
Bakola is mostly plays predominantly on the left.
On the left.
Should Bakola come, they'll get rid of Cody Gakpo.
Let's see what happens to Liverpool.
But for the right, they are looking at Mbaye, who has already scored in their preseason game against Manchester United. So they are looking at him. But Mbaye
Frimpong can play both right back and right wing. So
let me take this message on YouTube.
Conor Bradley is also coming back.
Yeah, this message on YouTube from Sopon91 says, I love your show. I'm a huge fan. I've supported Arsenal since 1982. Wow. I'm not an Arteta fan. He's average. After spending 1 billion, he had to win the EPL. Okay. Hi, anyone, where are you calling us from? Hi, your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, okay, so his name is what?
Charles.
Your name is Charles. All right, talk to me. Charles from where?
Achimota.
Charles from Achimota. What team do you support?
Yeah. Please, I just want to tell all my Chelsea fans that they should relax for Alonso. The starting point or the friendly match doesn't determine anything. He's going to do well, so we should just relax and see the masterclass of.
Okay, interesting thoughts.
So I want all my Chelsea fans to relax.
Okay.
Sit at home and join masterclass of the Xabi Alonso. He's going to do well, so we should just relax and look out to him.
All right, thank you so much.
I would like to ask this question to you. So the fact that Rodri said yes to Barcelona does that mean that Madrid can't do anything about it again? They can't sign him again.
It's player to club. He's agreed. I mean that has been worked out. The player says he wants to play for Barca, so it's left in the club to club agreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. Thank you too. Let me talk to my next caller. Edward, welcome to the show. Where are you calling us from?
My name is Edward. I'm calling from Chile.
Kindly turn down the volume of your radio set for me, yeah?
All right.
Then please go ahead.
I'm a Chelsea fan, and I want to say that Chelsea is going to have a good season next season. And also, there's one thing all Ghanaians are forgetting. The upcoming AFCON matches. Where is Ghana going to play its matches? I want to find out from you guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too, Edward, for your thoughts. 0539969960 0549986996. Callers, let's get talking. We've looked at the Premier League managers. We didn't touch on all of those. We left Arbeloa for Fulham. But just get to me on what you think of your team's chances this season. Lots of new managers in the Premier League. 0549969960 0539986996. For the preseason games, United are taking on Paris Saint-Germain as we speak. So there are some more games that are happening. Chelsea played AC Milan early on today, and there are some more games too you can look forward to. For the preseason game, Bayer Leverkusen beat Sevilla by 2-1. There was Brighton are currently beating AS Roma by 3-0 to 0.
No, there's a huge problem with the Italian league.
What's that?
The Italian league is a pure reflection of the Italian national team.
Recycled ideas and
just
and men.
Yeah, musical chairs for all the coaches in there. They are just shifting everybody over the place, and they are not bringing in like proper players. They'll wait. All the big clubs not even big clubs now. All the clubs in England will finish signing whoever they want to sign.
Yeah.
And now the English clubs want to offload the players who they brought in others to replace. Then the Italians will say, I am here. Give me. How?
Interesting. Has it not been the case in the last couple of seasons?
And that is why the Italian national team is where it is.
I see.
Because when you play against better opposition, you see, it improves the quality you have.
Yeah.
But when you are bringing in, if I tell you people they are buying for 40 million in the Italian Serie A, you get angry.
I mean, if you look at their manager, I think last year we had Spalletti, who had already managed at Inter and won the league with Napoli. Then Allegri had already been with Juventus and had gone back to Milan. Mm-hmm. Then they had Gasperini, who had then moved from Atlanta and now gone to Roma. Like, it's all the same old people. And unfortunately, they are quite old men. But it's the same old, and you had Conte who's already been to Juve, won the league with Inter, and has come to win the league with Napoli. Like, why is there no loyalty in the Italian league? Why are you allowed to? Because I think within the Premier League at least, there are certain moves that players try not to make. Welbeck being the first player to play for Chelsea, Arsenal, United, like there are certain moves that players don't cross. But I think it's right now that teams are trying to make that a bit more fluid. You see Arsenal and Chelsea selling players to each other. Yeah. But I think in the Italian league it's become a bit Chelsea, too Crystal Palace. Yeah, in the Italian league it's becoming a bit too, if it doesn't work here, it can work here. And and it happens a lot. Sometimes you see a player not working in this context and they just switch to a different club and it works.
I agree, because at a point I lost count of where Mauricio Sarri was coaching. Because today in this season he's with Napoli. The next thing I'm looking for is Lazio. I'm like, bro.
But they've got new blood in there, Amorim. Yeah, but he might get sacked first.
No, but I think he's one of the players who's so fit to when he gets sacked from Napoli. Then when he gets sacked from Milan, then Napoli can go and pick him up.
I don't think the Italians will have that heart to be rotating or just pushing Amorim all around the place.
I think you have more support for the 3-back there than any other place.
But anyway, you have 3-back and you can use it with AC, who I'm just shocked where they ended up last season because they had arguably an okay side that could actually pull through.
But they were actually competing for the league at a point. It's just Allegri, they fell off at the end. Even at the end when still in the Champions League.
They did not fall off.
They had a drama.
They fell off.
No, you see,
it's a time he doesn't like. It's not
they did not fall off. They decided not to play football again.
No, I think he went into defensive move where it's like, I'm trying to win the title. Let me just walk over the line with certain games rather than. And he's not the most expansive manager in the world, if I've been honest.
No, but you can't go defensive with the kind of players you have. You see, the Italians play. Please, but word of caution to the Italian Serie A teams. We beg you, this season, we don't want that situation where we'll come and sit down and watch Inter versus Milan, 90 minutes, 0-0. 0-0. Juve versus Torino, 90 minutes, 0-0.
Don't worry, Como will give you the goals.
They were the only ones who were scoring last season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
and this season they've got Chaloba.
Also, like I said, PSG are taking on United. Is 1-1 in Bayern for PSG, Mbuemo for Manchester United. Clarence Nipapo has joined us. He's also a big fan of all the transfer. Clarence.
Yes, on my way here, I was listening to you guys, and just add to what the guys mentioned on Ronald Araujo.
Yeah,
it's an option to buy with Liverpool. Agreements are done. So he's on route to
I don't know why
do
the
his
Liverpool
medical.
fans don't like it.
So I think
he's been the reason Barcelona have been knocked out of the Champions League in about
his
three
style
consecutive seasons
of
now.
football may better be suited for the EPL. Because he doesn't seem to be a technical
he likes
player.
more the rugged.
And the high line Hansi Flick played over the past seasons he's been at Barcelona has exposed him.
Okay.
So
hold on for me. Let me talk to Shaibu. Shaibu, welcome to the show. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Kaswa. Gabi, how are you guys?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing fine.
What team do you support?
My contribution is to my fellow Chelsea fans.
Okay.
For me, Chelsea will do well if we get rid of Sanchez, Villa, Paco, these kind of players. They don't deserve to be with us. If they are so, they are poor, especially Sanchez and Jorgensen. So that's my contribution to my fellow Chelsea fans. We can only be optimistic if we get rid of all those players. So that's my contribution.
Wait, which goalkeeper would you prefer?
I told you already, the Porto goalkeeper.
Diogo Costa, eh?
Yeah, he is the best option for us.
So you like the signings so far under Alonso?
Come again?
Do you like the signings so far under Alonso?
Come again?
Are you okay with the signings done so far under Alonso?
Oh yeah, except the only thing remaining now is the goalkeeper. When we are able to get one goalkeeper and one central defender, we are good to go. And I prefer Jackson to stay so that Villa will go. Chelsea is good to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shaibu. 053996996054 986-996. What's up with Pep Shavara? Is it done?
From where I sit, just little things to be ironed out. But Chelsea don't want to pay his release clause. That's why the whole thing has dragged on a bit. He has.
What's the how much is that?
It's in excesses of.
They agreed a fee of 29 million.
Yeah. So they are just trying to work around an agreement because such an opportunity will not come for him again.
Just on Chelsea and release clause is ironic because the last time I remember Chelsea going and playing a full release clause was when they went to pay a 71 for Kepa. And Costa and Mannion have been right there, very obvious. And it seems like they don't seem intent on solving their goalkeeping problem.
No, but they've got Mike Penders,
who did well at Strasbourg.
Mike Penders. Yeah. Somebody they can't rely on.
No, they can. At this point, I think they can.
Okay. Let's talk to Kojo. Kojo, welcome to the show. Where are you calling us from?
Gabi, this is Kujo.
Kujo, okay. How are you, Kujo?
Gabi, I'm cool. Can you tell me, apart from Karuenchi, the World Cup squad, how many of them have gotten a transfer to any bigger clubs?
Qatar Isaac is going to moved from
after spending our hard-earned money.
Oh, but I didn't see that coming.
After wasting our money.
I thought the question you were asking, you're building it on the performances of the players you saw. I didn't see.
So that's like I'm asking you. How many of them so far?
So 2 players. Isaku is at Ipswich. Who again?
And is it worth our money?
Derek Lucasen. So 3 players, in fact. Derek Lucasen, Fatah Isaku, Caleb Yurinchi, Gideon Mensah.
And is it worth the money they spent?
Say what?
Is it worth the money our money that they spent?
No, but how is that in relation? Because I'm thinking you're asking a question based on
because their agents paid for them to send them so that they can get transfers and then playing time in their various teams.
How do you know this?
At the expense of those who are supposed to give us better or do better job for us.
Kujo,
yes.
Do you have evidence to prove what you are saying?
This is not about really having evidence, Gabi.
Okay.
All of us know that the players who are supposed to have gone to the World Cup were not selected because they did not have any godfather over there.
Are you okay? Well, I mean, fair enough.
Now,
okay.
Don't forget that Infantino's time is also ticking.
Oh Jesus! You see, when you are saying things, a senior colleague once told me that when you are saying things and you don't have, when the lawsuit shows up, you 05399696 05499696. Let's try and see if we can talk to 2 more callers and then we'll take the show. Hi, where are you calling us from? Hello?
Yeah, Gabi.
Yes, your name, please.
Yes, it's me, Shaibu. I just came back. Okay. There is something I want you guys to do for me. Gabi.
I'm listening, Shaibu.
Yeah, you see the last caller who just spoke. He said that after spending our money, I just want you guys to educate people who usually call and say Black Stars spend their money. How much did FIFA give us? The national team, they always bring money. FIFA gave us money. Through that money, they use some to pay the players. So I don't like it when someone comes and say, after spending our money. It's just not right. So please, Gabi, you guys should
well noted. So
yeah,
thank you for giving us those heads up. 0549969996 0539969996. People are passionate about the Black Stars. We are not even discussing Black Stars.
Yeah. But if they want to bring that in, I want to personally say hello to everybody at the FA. The Congolese have come up with how they are going to be splitting the FIFA money to their various clubs. Would we get same?
I mean, they are getting 1 million each already. So, or you want?
No. They are 1 million, boss. It's not part, boss.
Let me see if I can talk to a final caller. 0539969996 0549869996. If you want to text, feel free to do so on 0539986996 0549986996. 2026. In terms of the preseason games, as we speak, PSG are taking on Manchester United. It's 1-0 between the two sides. There are some more games coming up today. In the preseason games, let me see if I can run you through real quick, and then I can just also run you through the games for the 2026 WAFCON, the quarterfinal games that starts today. Real Madrid will be taking on Ferencváros at 5 p.m. later today. There is
I don't know where they found the 124 to buy Diamande.
Is it your money?
But Liverpool found 125 for his.
You've been spending a lot. Why do you want to?
I want to spend over 100 on.
No, but I mean after what they spent, and they have Rodrigo there.
That part is actually an interesting conversation.
And it's his injury, so when he comes back, I don't know how the front line is going to look like. And already
Jan starts, right?
The three of them don't start.
I'm saying Jan starts.
120 will sit on the bench.
Yeah, but 70 million is going on loan, so 120.
No. There's a difference between 70 and 120. First 70 was big. Now 70 used to buy French players from big clubs.
You send them on loan.
Yeah, the likes of Manchester United.
Start, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll play. He'll start. Yeah, because Rodrigo, at this point, clearly there's the green light for him to go to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal have been interested in him for a while.
Yeah. And
he got that ACL injury. Once he comes back, I definitely see him being the one to be shipped out. One has to go. One has to go. And if Vinicius Junior beyond this season does not play ball, I mean you've done it under Xabi Alonso. If you do it against Jose Mourinho, knowing very well that Mbappe is the one who is expected to stay for the long haul. Yeah, he will also get shipped out.
All right, let's talk to our final caller from Teshi. Kobe, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I'm cool. I was doing something, but I actually just called to rectify something. One of them called just recently and just said, when we went to the World Cup, we got some money. So what? It's cool to pay the Black Stars such huge amounts of money. So what? Is that what I understood from him? Or so if we go to the World Cup and we get a huge sum of money, the best way to use such amount of money is to pay players $100,000. Are we serious? Are we serious to really go and look at others? We went to the World Cup and got such amount of money and see that is how they are using their money. Look at our league. We are just a few weeks to the commencement of the league. There is no publicity, no advertisement, no serious activation to even let people know about the league. Nothing. When we are about to bring out the fixtures of the league, the day the finance minister said he was going to read the budget, that's the exact day the FA said they are going to renew the fixtures. I remember I listened to another station and we were talking about FIFA forward money. So far, ever since Ketukweku became the GFA president, FIFA have given us $16 million to FIFA forward money. Look at what Malawi is doing with their FIFA forward money. Kid said have built a stadium from scratch with their FIFA forward money. What have we done? What have we done with it? What have we done with our FIFA forward money? Nothing to show. Nothing to show. Look at our league. Today, our juvenile teams have not become a ground for the football people to now showcase their players, not market their players.
Okay.
Today, the Black Stars have no future because it's the juvenile teams that will bring the players, that the players will get their telepathy, their chemistry and all that. That's where you can invite the sense of
we have to go. It's 4 p.m.
We
have to go, right? You can come back next week to continue.
Look, if the government doesn't take the
all right, so that's it for today. Interesting. Just before I go, we have the WAFCON quarterfinal matches coming up today for you. 2 games. Ivory Coast will be taking on Algeria at 5 p.m. Just an hour to go. And then Morocco, the host nation, are taking on South Africa. It's a repeat of the 2022 final. of that WAFCON tournament. The Black Queens are in action later tomorrow against the Scorchers of Malawi at 8 p.m. Kwache, you've got a shout?
Yeah. Big shout out to my guys, Karim, Isco, Ado, Mubarak. Yeah, they're following the show live. Share you guys.
Hard guys. Charlie. Then the listeners,
yeah. You know we shout out your guys, so that's a panorama thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking you.
You're asking me?
Yes, please.
Me, I'm hosting the show. You're telling me to shout.
Okay.
It's Clarence.
Just a quick one. Big one to Ricardo Attah, a very good friend of mine since childhood. I told him that I'll be on for some time, so
yeah,
I'll speak with him after. So we have something coming up, so
that'll be hard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So shout outs to
the Chelsea people.
Which Chelsea people?
I
am your Premier League insider, not a Chelsea insider. Or at most, if you want to reduce it from Premier League, you can make it the London insider. Yeah, man.
Okay.
But big shout outs going out to the man John Felice Esquire. Yeah, it's his birthday today. So yeah, happy birthday going out to him.
Okay. Yeah, you got anyone you want to
yeah. Big shout to Shaibu Hamisu. Not Shaibu, our guy who usually calls. Big shout to Shaibu Hamisu.
Okay.
Big shout to Dominic Asante Chumesi and a big shout to Pakwesi, the car dealer. Big shout to Pakwesi.
I like where y'all see.
Pakwesi for bring we cars.
But let me shout out Pakwesi too. Yeah. Big shout out.
Pakwesi.
Shout out.
All right.
What was the name? The junction.
Oh, where I know, eh?
Yeah.
Where you and I know.
Yeah.
The traffic light.
Okay.
Yeah, traffic light. Yeah.
No, Pakwesi be a hard guy.
Pakwesi, the car dealer.
Okay. Well, that's our show for today. We'll be back same time next week. Next week will be here Saturday and Sunday because the community shield will be on, and then the following week you have the start of the EPL. Here from the guys here, Jaminta, Manuel Angelo Kwache, Sedinam Edmond, and Clarence Nipapo. Also, big shouts to Edwin Kwakofi. He's always behind all the beautiful displays you see on YouTube. Citi Sports JHA. I'm Gabby Affair. Stick and stay with us. We have some more interesting shows coming up for you. Take care of yourself and bye-bye.